Hello everybody and welcome to Berringer and another update for you. Um, basically, as you may notice in the background just behind the station to your left, you can see that I've just created a sort of disguise for my back scene where I've tried to blend it in. It still sticks out a little bit, but it needs to be weathered down, and it's just literally been repainted literally a few moments ago. But what I've done to sort of blend it in is to take the line away from the bottom so you can't really see it. And if you sort of see through here, there's a slight gap where the fencing, I've just had some spare fencing. So I've used that as another like a little mini footpath. There will be some advertising and that will be weathered a little bit at some point. So that's the first thing, and I'll tell you quickly how I made that. And the roof is made from the leftover Metcalf buildings, which I remind you are over there. So all those useful bits, and that is precisely how this building was made, using the Metcalf buildings, the low relief ones that are there, and I'll show you how. So the first thing I did was took my low relief building and drew an outline onto this piece of hardboard. I then cut the outline onto this piece of hardboard to create two pieces like that. So I did one and then flipped it over and did two. That then got transferred onto a piece of 1/2 inch, I think it was, or something like that, board, which then got cut and clad into the building that you saw over there. And that's simply all that I've done. Nothing too exciting, nothing too fantastic. It's just a cheap, simple way of using scrap wood and leftover plasticard to create a sort of low relief building to try and blend that in. And just using leftover bits and pieces, leftover fencing, it's created an effective way of blending in the back scene a little. So as you can see, that's how it looks at the moment. Yeah, there is a slight gap on the bottom which I've deliberately left because obviously this board is a lift out section, so it has to slide in underneath. So that's the reason for that. The second piece I want to talk to you about, I mentioned to you, is I managed to pick up this little building here. And this is a Scaledale building from 2004, which I managed to find in my local model shop, going for very little money, and I thought I had to have it because it sits well in this corner where my Metcalf building used to be. Now it's yet to receive any NSC treatment, which is why this is exactly how I've bought it. There's no treatment to this at all, so it hasn't been painted or anything like that, so that will happen shortly. I'm not really a fan of Metcalf buildings in truth. They look very nice, but sometimes I kind of feel like with Metcalf buildings they sort of look better from a distance, and if I show you what I mean, if you see my row of houses at the back, they sort of look better like that. It's just personal taste. I actually prefer the resin buildings. They are more expensive generally speaking, but this particular one, because it is an old product, it is from the old range, but nonetheless it's perfectly effective for what I need it to do. I've managed to pick this up for literally a bargain, and it's better than the cardboard one that I was using. I'll show you the one that I was using in just a moment. Right, here we go. Here's my Metcalf building, and this is what it was, and it's perfectly adequate the way it was. It was looking lovely. It just, for me, it's the realism factor. It just looks better finished, it's better quality, and the detailing is much better. I mean, like I said, you've got like the little buckets there and things like that, and just the general detailing, it just looks so much nicer than the card kit. But this was a free card kit that came with the Railway Modeller when I bought the magazine, and so it hasn't cost me anything, and it was always going to be sort of used to see whether or not I'd like it, and it's lived on my layout for some time, and it's done an adequate job, but I was always on the lookout for something else, so I've managed to get this. So I'm much happier with this, but once it's had the NSC treatment done to it, then it will look even better. I'm now going to take you to the third part of the layout which I've been working on, so if you stand by you will see. Bear with me. Okay, here we are at the other end, where my signal box is and Thunderer is parked up. The next bit I've done is I've just painted the edge of the bridge, so that's one of the first things I've done. And then the other thing I've done is I've actually painted the wall in behind the signal box, which is clad in plasticard, and on this side too. Again, it's literally freshly repainted, so there's been no weathering and everything. I've still got to add a bit on the edge here, and then I've also got to cap it. Like I did say last time, that's something I haven't quite got round to doing yet. I was going to make a start on the canal bridge area, but I think I'm just going to wait until the pub arrives and then place it and see how it's going to fit, and then I can work out a design around it. But in the meantime, I'm very pleased with the way that this is coming along. It's just a little by little job, just a little bit here and a little bit there, and the layout starts moving forward just a touch. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, but it does. You can just see it, and then it just keeps you going. So that's one of the other things I've done. Now there's something else I wanted to talk to you about, which I will talk to you about shortly. The next thing you can see in front of you is part of the Give Me a Sign series, and this will be Give Me a Sign part 3. And I guess you will know what I'm about to tell you, but I will tell you anyway. This is the highway code. Now we can all go into model shops and on the internet, and you can buy road signs for HO, and they can cost you quite a bit of money for not very much, to be quite honest with you. I've managed to pick this, again, the Queen of Lean, save yourself some money here. I managed to pick this highway code book up from the 99p store for exactly 99p. And although the majority of this highway code, as you can see, is probably not very relevant, however, at the back there is, let me just get to the page, and here we are, all the road signs here. And they are exactly 00 size, I think. They look like they're to scale. So the thing to do with this is to scan them and reprint them, or just cut them out as is if you don't need them, and you can print and cut as many as you want, and it's well worth the 99p that I paid for it. And all the cardboard that I had, the black cardboard that I was using before for the Give Me a Sign series, for the advertising, all that spare card will be used for the backing of that. Leftover sprues from all your kits that you may have will be used, and it becomes a very, very cheap way of making signs for very little cost. And all you need is to spend £1 in the 99p shop for a highway code book. As and when I do it, I will show you. I haven't quite done any yet. So take care. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and subscribe as always, and I'll speak to you soon.